welcome to the Plymouth Ice Center, and Happy New Year as we begin the 2014 portion of the schedule with a great hockey matchup, the Benilde-St. Margaret's Red Knights and the Wayzata Trojans. Hi again, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Dan Ficken, and Dan, a pretty good rivalry built up between these two. This is a rematch of the Section 6 AA Championship. In fact, they played 3 times last season, so we know we're looking at 2 very good teams and 2 teams that have become rivals, definitely.
You know, when you look at the schedule, when you get it, Jay, this is one of the games that you want to be at. Always very good hockey. 2 excellent teams, fundamentally sound, really get after it big time. They don't like each other. You know, they're not very far from each other. They change players back and forth. This is the best game in the state tonight, man. I'm glad I'm here.
Both teams coming in with 9 wins so far on the season. Benilde-St. Margaret's obviously graduated some great players, including Mr. Hockey, Grant Bessie. They're maybe not quite as potent with that first line as they had a year ago, but they've come a long way and definitely putting some good numbers up offensively again this year.
You know, you can't really replace a player like that, but I'll tell you what, they're scoring goals at a clip of 5.5 per game. They're doing just fine without it. They're finding a way to score. In fact, they're almost a racehorse team. They're going to try and outscore you. They're going to put the puck in the net early and often and try and run away from you as quickly as they can. They've got the talent, and they're deep. They're 3 lines deep. So they're playing very well right now.
Wayzata, like Benilde, has played an extremely tough schedule. They've had a couple stumbles along the way, but played very well at Benilde's holiday tournament last week to win it, shutting out Blaine in the championship.
They got a 5-game winning streak right now, and they did it with their top goaltender out for a few games too. This is a very deep team. Their secret is defense. They play very, very good defense. Their penalty kill, Jay, 93%. That means you ain't even getting a sniff. So we're going to find out tonight, racehorse hockey work or does defensive hockey work? And we'll see that with the Trojans. They play it very well.
We'll talk about key players to keep an eye on in tonight's contest, starting with the visitors from Benilde. And Spencer Nas is a guy that has people on the edge of their seat when he gets a puck.
You know, they have a tradition at Benilde. They get somebody going. We saw Troy Riddle, who played for the Gophers. Grant Bessie, we thought, this is a kid that could take this team, put it on his back, and win hockey games. He's fast, he's got a dynamic shot, very quick, sees the ice well. He's 14 assists. It means he's making everybody around him better. He's a heck of a hockey player. It'd be fun to watch.
And for Wayzata, as we said, very much a deep team. They're not a star-laden team necessarily, but they have a lot of good hockey players. Jack Sorensen's a guy who's been able to find the net for them on a pretty regular basis.
Well, you know, when you play good defensive hockey, you got to find a few guys that can put the puck in the net at the right time. You're not going to put a lot in, but at the right time. Jack's the guy. Last year, he's the one that got him rolling into sections when they made that improbable run to the state. He just finds a way. He knows when to put the puck in the net at a crucial time and change it. It's not how many, it's when you do it, and it picks this team up, and it makes him a big leader. He's just a great hockey player that way.
All right, should be a great matchup, and of course an important one for section seeding when we get to the end of the season as well. Both of these teams in the loaded 6AA tournament. It's the Red Knights and the Trojans. Hockey at its finest here in Minnesota. Coming up next on 12 Sports.
Think you found every hazard out here today? Think again. The spot you missed could be a killer. That spot on your skin could be skin cancer. If you're a man over 50, you're in a group most likely to develop skin cancer, including melanoma, the kind that kills 1 person every hour. That's why your best shot is to check for a spot. It's easy. Follow through and check your skin. Go to spotskincancer.org to find out how. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
Pretty nice crowd on hand for this early January contest here between the Red Knights and the Trojans. Wayzata comes in ranked 3rd in the state. Benilde rated number 6, but all of those top teams have kind of gone back and forth at each other in the early going. Wayzata was number 1 for a while. Yeah, the beginning, and I think we're to the point, Dan, where nobody's going to remember until we get to March and who's at the XL Center. The rankings now,
Bingo.
For these top teams, it doesn't matter that much.
Yeah, it's like they say in Jersey, it don't mean nothing right now, you know, they don't care. What we do know is we have two very, very good hockey teams that play two distinct styles. We're going to see what happens here in the season. A good test for both teams. I think they're both fired up for this game, as you and I are, and we'll see what comes out.
Zach Hale's line starts for Benilde between Evan Fleming and Mark Caskey. They'll be matched up by Jack Sorensen between Max Zimmer and Matthew Freitag. We are underway. Wayzata's in gold, and they control the opening faceoff. Here comes the pass to Jack Sorensen. Puts on the brakes, had it chopped away there by Hale. Nick Austin sending it along the boards, looking for Caskey, and tipped out to the Wayzata line here. Banged right back out of there by Alex Stevens. Trojans regrouping here. Pass going across to Hank Sorensen, the freshman, getting a start tonight. Younger brother of Jack. Flips it along into the Benilde zone. Wayzata will make its first line change as Caskey takes a hit. Stevens lines him up at center ice. Relayed back into the Benilde zone. Jalen Long, the junior, in goal for the Red Knights. Rink-wide pass there is off target. Chandler Lindstrand back to gather it there. Popped into the Benilde zone, and there's Johnny Austin, their top defenseman, there to pick it up. Sending it along to his brother Nick. Up the right wing, Chase Jungles carrying it in. Here's an opportunity. Austin puts it across, and Von Aaron's a big stop in the early going on Carter Rue. Great chance there for Benilde, but Aarons is ready for it in net.
Big save right away for Aarons. Benilde got a little bottled up. They weren't getting too much going. All of a sudden, Jay, that transition turns around, and they come in like a bunch of gangbusters here. Look at a beautiful cross-ice pass to Rue coming across. Aarons gets across to make the quick save, but boy, that was a big save right off the bat.
Trojans, that's the one area where I think you could get general agreement that they have the advantages in net. Benilde's been a little bit inconsistent in goals so far this year. Meanwhile, Aarons has played very well, and when he was ill, Alex Schilling stepped in and did a good job as well. Now, again, probably more of a defensive system, so your numbers might look better anyway, but Aarons is the real deal, no doubt.
Well, it's like Coach O'Leary said, defense starts with your goaltender. He's got to be your best person, so they're getting it good right now.
Trojans looking to break it out here. Here's a pass ahead. Billy Duma, the all-sophomore third line, has been playing well for Wayzata. Pass off the side of the net. They scramble for it there, and the Red Knights able to come away. Peter Heimbold, and then taken right back and flipped back down toward that corner. Duma giving chase, beaten to it. Controlled here by Ben Newhouse. Newhouse takes a bump as he gets that pass away, and now here they come with Augie Moore. He'll flip it into the corner and head off on a change. Wayzata looking to quickly counter. Tipped right back in by Duma, and this Wayzata line change forthcoming here. Caskey takes a bump as he gets the pass back to Hale. A little interesting that Coach Pauly did not start the Spencer Nas line here tonight. A little matching, trying to get some of the matchups they want. Obviously, Wayzata has the last change and can control that, but Hale takes a bump there, but got the pass away. Comes back to Hale now. Couldn't get it down to the corner like he wanted to, and the Trojans back the other way. Zimmer. Max Zimmer had it chopped away, and then he is shoved into the wall there as he battles it out with Nick Austin. Trying to go back to the point, intercepted though by Caskey. His breakout pass hit a Trojan. They'll have to regroup and do it again here. Pass coming across. Here's Caskey up that right wing side. Fires into the midsection of Aarons, and he'll hang on and force a face-off. 13:55 to go in the opening period here, and no score on the board as you get a look at the Trojans goaltender. Von Aarons has been very solid in the net so far. Came back after being sick to play in the championship of that holiday tournament over at St. Louis Park Rec Center and beat Blaine, and not just beat him, but shut him out.
Did a heck of a job. He's got some fantastic numbers. And this is kind of a copy game for Wayzata. Blaine plays a similar style as Benilde does. They've a little fire wagon hockey up and down, and so this will be 2 in a row that they've got to work with this type of system.
Nah, sending it behind for Chase Jungles, but puck taken away, and here comes Freitag for, or make that Lindstrand for Wayzata. Now the shot. Rebound try hits the outside of the net after the first save there by Jalen Long. Brian Mahood in the corner working for it, but the Red Knights come away with it. Carter Ruse pass, though, a little off target. Flip back in. Aarons will direct it aside there. Alec Hemingway back to get it here for Wayzata. Duma leaving it over there for Mark Sendon, the sophomore centerman. He goes down, and the Red Knights wind up with it. Quick end-to-end action so far. Just the one real good chance for Rue of Benilde. Here's a shot, blocker save there. Long rebound, though, and Benilde trying to go on the attack. Swung across, but it handcuffs Austin, and he'll have to back out and flip it right back in. Jake Molk back to play it here for Wayzata. They're going to turn and come back. Kept in, though, by Benilde and flipped to the corner by Will Duda. Duda took the worst of that one as he collided there with Sendon. And Benilde will flip it back in and head off on a change. Duma gets it at center, and he will try and get it in. He didn't get it in real deep, and they're going to have to hurry on this change. But fresh off the bench to make the play was Alex Stevens there for the Trojans. Wayzata winning the battle of the body, I think, so far here.
Well, and they're going to have to too, Jay. This Benilde-St. Margaret's team is so quick. They transition so fast. You're going to have to put a body on them to slow them down, and Wayzata's carrying that out quite effectively. If they have all period, they're going to put bodies on them all night.
Ben Newhouse's shot handcuffed Aarons a little bit, and it glances into the corner. Zimmer working it up the left wing side. Plays it around the D to himself, then drops it out front. Hank Sorensen firing, and a blocker save as the young defenseman jumping into the play there and got a pretty good look. Benilde changing up here. Wayzata now Zimmer taking it again on that left side, and he will head off. Well, you can see these teams just working one right after the other. Line change, we're hardly hearing whistles at all in this first period.
We're like two machines here. I love the colors too. It's almost like we're watching the Swedes and the Russians, you know, with the colors and all that. But, you know, both teams they're playing their game. They're doing well. Wayzata has got to put a little more pressure down deep inside the Benilde zone. They've got three sophomore defensemen. They've obviously been playing well, but they're sophomores. They need to put pressure on there to create some opportunities to score in this Benilde team.
Jungles threw it at the net there. Aaron's a save, and then keeps his eye on the rebound. And we have a whistle here. The net has come off, it looks like. And we finally get a stoppage here to be able to show you Jalen Long and what he's done for the Benilde so far. 7-2, a little lower on the save percentage than you'd like to see. And Coach Pauly was honest and said, you know, our goaltending hasn't been what it's going to need to be if we're going to get to the state tournament so far, but they like the potential.
He really does. He said he liked both this young man and the freshman they've played every once in a while, Ryan Bichelle. So these are the kind of game where they get experience and they get better, learn their angles, etc., and get some experience to get better.
Face off here in the Wayzata zone, and we've got somebody encroaching there on the circle. They're going to throw them both out.
You know, this is an area that Coach O'Leary's done real well with Wayzata too. They've been very good on face-off since he's gotten here, and it's I think it's turned some games for him, Jay. To be honest with you, they get control of it when they need to, especially in the defensive zone.
Luke Patterson flipping into the corner here. Sendon going after it in between a couple of Benilde players. Duma jumping in to help out. Pops up in the air here, and they can't get a shot away. Flip back into the Trojan zone. First one to it there, Augie Moore. Playing it back to an open area, though, in the corner. Carter Spindler getting there for Wayzata. And this is going to be an icing call here against the Trojans. And we will march back into Wayzata's end of the rink. There's a look at Ken Pauly, the Red Knights head coach, and always a treat to talk to Ken. He's honest, he's blunt, and you know, obviously it's been a long time ago, but he is a former Wayzata Trojan as a high school player, so you know there's a little extra that he'd like to beat his old school too.
He was awful fired up tonight. He enjoys these kind of contests. You can tell just by the glint in his eye and the way he's talking with a lot of enthusiasm too. I like the way he talked about his team too, Jay. He likes this team a lot.
Newhouse back to pick it up here for Benilde. Nobody really establishing control much at all. We've had a lot of action end to end. There's an icing call against the Red Knights. And, you know, we haven't seen a lot of time in the offensive zone yet for either team. There's a look at Pat O'Leary, the third-year head coach for Wayzata. Of course, got his team into the state tournament a year ago for just the third time in school history. And former Gopher, former Armstrong standout.
Done a good job in his third year, too. He's very pleased with the progress here. I think both coaches are very comfortable with their teams right now, where they're at, but they both have big expectations.
Zimmer firing, pad save there. Best chance for so far for Wayzata. Now across to Jack Sorensen, being hammered at there by Johnny Austin. They try and get it out, but can't do so. Hank Sorensen kept it alive and flips it back into the corner. Now out to the point. Stevens will send it down low, and it rings around behind. Hank Sorensen throwing the body. Boy, you don't see a this big a program freshman getting as much time as Hank Sorensen. He's obviously got to be a good player.
He does have a good skill set, no question.
Carrying it to the net there and stepping in to make the play was Alex Stevens. Now Zimmer throwing it back to the Benilde zone. Newhouse sending it around. Jack Lawton's pass off a skate. They'll regroup and go again. And here's Nas circling back to get ahead of steam. Spencer Nas can really go, and he flings the backhand right through. And then look at him go get it.
Does he remind you of Troy Riddle or not? I mean, oh my gosh. You got that big extra step, turn the engines on, and he's rocking and rolling.
Trying to free it up with the check there as Chad Olson was knocked down. So Hank Sorensen took a bump but stayed strong on the puck there and keeps it. Benilde doing a pretty solid job though on the forecheck. Now Newhouse sending it over weak side. Didn't quite connect there with Carter Rue. Rue looking to work a little give and go, but Wayzata sniffs that one out and they take it. Here's Chad Olson now. Pass getting through Chase Heising. Heising though will get there first. Heising takes a hit. Trying to get that puck out, but dug free. Here's a shot. Nice. And a solid job there on the forecheck by Senden. He was able to lift the stick and then turn and get a good shot away. Jalen Long having to make a glove catch there for Benilde.
Now Senden came in as a sophomore. Look at him, just go to work, go to work, go to work. Just keeps hacking and hacking. He's really a tough-minded kid. He's not afraid to throw his body around. He's got a pretty good, solid body, too. He's good at face-offs. He's really added a lot to the Trojans this year.
Nick Austin sending it up there to Duda. Now a shot from the left wing. Aaron's a stick save and a big rebound on the Jacob Holmers attempt. Nate Meyer out ill tonight for Benilde. He normally would have been their third line right winger, so a change up their lineup just a little bit.
Well, we were talking about the sophomore defense of Benilde-St. Margaret. This year's the sophomore line for Wayzata here. We've played very well. Done a nice job, good skill sets on all three of these kids.
Pass deflecting off Duda's stick and deep into the Wayzata zone. Spindler back to gather it there. He'll throw it ahead for one of those sophomores, Duma, and he just tips it on in and heads off on a change. You're seeing, sometimes you think that it's automatic, but these kids are being really disciplined. When they call for a line change, they're getting off. They know that that's the way things have got to go. And let's face it, that doesn't always happen in hockey. You sometimes get guys who, oh, I didn't hear you, coach.
I thought I could get there, coach, or whatever. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Jay, but, that's why these teams are in the top 10. They know how to play. Even sophomores coming out of you saw that sophomore lineup did what they had to do. They got off the ice, and it's through their programs, too. What I really like here, too, is on this big sheet of ice, how both teams adapted well to playing on this big sheet. They're spreading it out and they're moving it into different territories very, very quickly.
Turnover for centering pass, and Jack Sorensen a swing and a miss. Puck was kind of in his feet. Now the pass coming over off of Kasky's stick and into the corner. Stevens trying to take him out, but Kasky stays with it. Gets it to the point. Newhouse swings it across. Heimbold and blocked by Max Zimmer. Zimmer, one of your more talented offensive guys, but obviously showing that he'll step in front of a shot when needed too. Push back out to the Benilde blue line here, and the Red Knights looking to quickly counter, but taken away by Heising. Tipped ahead, Heising now able to bring it into the Red Knight zone. Slams on the brakes. waiting for some help as they're changing their D pair. Now back across to Lindstrand. Lindstrand looking for a wrister. That one is blocked. Kasky with a nice job to get in front of that shot. Fight for it behind the net. Heimbold relaying it around, looking for Mark Kasky. Flicks it off the glass and out. Lindstrand stops it, sends it back in. They would have been offside though, so now they'll go off on a change. Nas getting up ahead of Steen.
Whoa.
Nas looking for Jungles in the middle, but it was knocked away. Hemingway did a good job of staying solid there. Flip back in. Hemingway grabs it here for the Trojans. Now breaking through the middle is Duma. Duma, a long shot. That one never made it there, blocked.
Yeah, you look at both these teams with all the speed and the skill, and one of the basic fundamentals they have down solid, both teams, Jay, is blocking shots, and you don't see that on a lot of good teams.
Yeah, Wayzata's really known for it, but Benilde's done a really good job in this first period as well. Lawton up with it. That pass deflecting off of skates, so no ice here. Down to 5 minutes to play in a rapid first period. End to end we've gone. Not a lot of real chances, but some good hockey here back and forth. Newhouse controlling here for Benilde. And a little collision at center, and they'll keep possession. Now drop. Here's a shot, and Aarons with a glove catch on Will Duda. There was a little collision at neutral where if you're Wayzata, you might have been thinking, it was a little bit of a pick play there that freed that one up, but they say play on there, and Aaron's able to snake the glove up and grab it.
Nice drop pass there, too. Got it to a good spot just above the circle, and a good shot from a little bit of an angle. The D was a little bit of a screen, but Aaron's was right on it. Nice setup by Benilde. I love the way when Benilde gets in the zone, they're setting up right away. They got that triangle figured out, and they're starting to rotate it, and they're going to create a shot.
Molk takes a check. Spindler fanned on it the first time. Second try gets there. Now Duma taking it on the left wing. Fires the shot, stick save, and it goes to the corner. Duda picking it up here for Benilde. Pass gets away and relayed right back in here by Wayzata, and a quick shift for that sophomore group. Duda will send it in. Aaron stops it there, leaving it for Alex Stevens. Now Max Zimmer. Zimmer will pull it in, and they're offside. Jack Sorensen, I think, was awaiting a pass initially, and then just couldn't hold up his momentum enough, and face off coming outside the zone.
He was dragging, but he lifted his skate just a little bit on that, but a good opportunity. But I like Wayzata's quickness tonight, Jay. I thought Benilde would out-quick him quite a bit, but they're turning it back pretty quick on the Red Knights.
Wayzata centerman Sorensen thrown out because Freitag was in there bumping with one of the Red Knights. Now Jack Sorensen sends it in behind. Newhouse relaying it around. Off the stick of Zach Hale, but the follow-up there, Kasky had it and lost it. Sends it behind the net. Hale doing battle with Stevens. Stevens actually falls but stays with the puck. Now play down low, it's off a skate and bounces out front. Trojans looking to counter, but that pass broken up, never made it there. Long pass ahead. And just relayed right back in as Benilde will change up. Aaron's leaving it for Hank Sorensen. Zimmer crisscrossing to the middle. And now Freitag will dump it on in. Directed away by Long. Very short shifts here. Now Nas carrying it for Benilde. Here's Spencer Nas, fires, and a save by Aarons, and then right back out it comes. Brian Mahout leading the rush for Wayzata. Drops it off for Olsen, but chopped away from him and back out.
Wow, just two great plays here. Quick transition for Wayzata, came right back in, and Benilde got the puck, just dumped it out. Didn't make any fancy play, just took the threat away right away.
Played ahead. Here's Nas. He'll take a long shot off the blocker there of Aaron's. 2:45 to go and counting here, first period. Benilde coming up with it. Now the pass back for Austin was knocked away. Follow-up try by Jungles. Hit bodies in front. Chase Jungles controlling here for the Red Knights. Oops, dropped it back to a point man that wasn't there. And we have icing call here.
You know, we were talking to Coach Pauly before the game. One thing I loved that he says, our guys like to shoot, and they shoot quite often. only in the last minute or so, Jay, have we really seen them just start firing the puck pretty much from any angle once they got inside the zone. We'll see if they keep that up and bring that into the second period as they grow. But they've been restricting the shots. All of a sudden, they've gotten a few openings. They're starting to fire it.
Puck comes behind the Trojans net here, and they'll relay it back around for Molk. Taking a little bit of a hit. Centering pass, alone in front. The shot, Aaron's the save. So he's able to stop Jacob Holmers. The turnover nearly costing Wayzata right there. Played back out, and the Red Knights will come away with it here. Lawton sending it across to Newhouse. Newhouse, nice pass there ahead onto the tape of Holmers, but they're stopped out high. And the shot attempt is blocked. Here's Freitag, but he's all alone. Freitag trying to go to the middle, shoots, oh, he hits a pipe. Freitag showing off some of his great hands there, and he had that long beat, but it glanced off the post.
Well, he's a returning leading scorer from last year's team. He can put the puck in the net, and you saw some brilliant moves there as he got an opportunity. And I think that's what, just watch him, bing, bang, boom, inside out. Here it is, I'll take it away, bang, I got a good shot on you. What a nice move, great hands. I was just thinking, too, that, you know, Aaron's has really been tested for Wayzata here, and they really haven't tested the Benilde goalie yet. They haven't had too much a real hard threat. And finally, Freitag comes by and gets one, and he hits a pipe.
Stays at 0-0 here as we go under a minute and a half to play in a quick first period. Nick Austin sending it ahead. Now the pass coming over to Kasky on the right side. Kasky trying to go toward the net there, and then a hit thrown by Hale, but Trojans keep possession. And then a turnover, though. Kasky comes up with it. Kasky looking to shoot it, and that one hits the pipe. Able to get it up high, stick side on Aarons, and that one glancing off the goalpost there. A great opportunity for Kasky, waiting for a little screen to develop, or he was hoping so anyway. And
yeah, he just had that little extra quickness that beat Aarons there, but it hit the pipe. But, you know, here you go. Don't turn the puck over to the Red Knights in your own zone. They're just dangerous. They can create an opportunity and burn you on it.
Off the draw, controlled by Benilde. Nass's shot is blocked. I think overall Benilde's had the better of it so far this first period.
Absolutely, I agree. It could be 3-0 right now if it wasn't for Aarons, to be honest with you, Jay.
Or 3-1 if Freitag had made that one too. There's a long shot, and juggled and held on to by Von Aarons. But yeah, they've certainly had the better chances overall and more flow to their offensive setup.
I like the way you're balanced there. That was good. I came back with that real quick. I like that.
Off the draw, controlled by Benilde. Austin sending it down. Shot attempt there. Lindstrand able to get in front of that one, and Johnny Austin back to play it here. 7-game scoring streak for Benilde as a defenseman for Austin. Now the pass coming up to the trailer out front. Long the save, and another one on the rebound. Heising's second try was a pretty good look as well after Hemingway took the first one.
Well, Wayzata answering back right away. 2 golden opportunities here. Jalen Long up to him, making the saves here in the last minute of the period.
Call a hand pass there as you get another look. Here's the turnover forced right there. And the pass coming to the high slot. Quick save there. Heising another crack at it. And Long is right there in position. Good confidence boost for him, too.
Yeah, that's got to make Coach Pauly just feel better, too, about him. And good angles he got outside on top of that crease, and really snuffed it down nice.
Lindstrand's just going to hang on to this one as the period will come to an end. Exciting first period of hockey here. Good chances late for both teams. Our score after one is no score. Benilde-St. Margaret's nothing. Wayzata nothing. We'll have first period highlights and then your second period here coming up on 12 Sports.
Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life. National studies show that students who participate in activities like music, sports, and drama not only have better grades and attendance, but they develop the character to handle adversity, the grace to accept defeat, and the self-confidence to start over. Take part. Get set for life.
The little guys in action here between periods. Wayzata Youth Hockey Association as Benilde and Wayzata tied up at 0-0 here, and we'll take a look at some first period highlights. A lot of end-to-end action, not a ton of chances until later in the period. Here's a look at a good one there by Max Zimmer for Wayzata, but Long is equal to the challenge. And then a little drop pass here and a shot that Ahrens is able to glove for the Trojans. Pretty good opportunity here as a diving pass puts it out front. Quick shot by Holmers, but that one stopped again by Ahrens, and he stayed with it. Then watch Freitag. Great move, and pops it off the goalpost there as he had Long beat. And then here's a pipe the other way on that shot that got up high, stick side by Mark Kasky. And then a turnover late. Wayzata nearly gets one toward the end of the period there, but a couple of big saves as he's able to stop Hemingway and then Heising. And you see the shots on goal in the first period even up. Slight edge for Benilde maybe in the overall play, and they have one more scoring chance by our estimation. And no penalties in that first period. We've got a lot more hockey to go here. A couple of great teams in action. Benilde and Wayzata, second period action on the way next here on 12 Sports.
You always made sure I brushed my teeth.
You told me that smart was cool.
You always told me to dream big.
To all of those parents who took the time to make raising their children their most important job, we'd like to say,
thank you.
Thank you.
From the bottom of my heart, thanks, Mom and Dad.
This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
I never thought I'd miss you half as much as I do. It must be love, love, love. It must be love, love, love. Nothing more, nothing less. Love is the best.
It must be love. It must be hospice.
An extended intermission there. Felt longer than the first period of play. Wayzata and Benilde now back out to do battle. We'll see what little minor adjustments both teams make, and obviously very much a back and forth first period, Dan, and you know, minor adjustments, but I think both teams overall feeling probably all right about the way things went. Possibly Benilde a little more so.
I would agree that I think Benilde had a little bit better of it. And there will have to be some changes. I think Wayzata, they got to clog up that neutral zone a little bit more. Benilde showed real fast transition there and got some good opportunities off plays to the neutral zone. Wayzata got to get it down deep and really move the puck and create some chances. And I would probably take my defense, Wayzata, and activate him, get him more active in offensive shooting. We saw that with the last two shots there we saw in the highlights. So those are probably the two adjustments I'd make each team, so we'll see what happens.
Trojans control the faceoff. We're underway in period two. Hemingway slides it across Lindstrand, putting it on to Brian Mahout up the middle. Takes a quick shot, and Long forced to make a save there for the Red Knights, and we'll get a faceoff. And I think this is something Wayzata would like to see more offensive zone faceoffs. They did not really get much offensive zone time where they really set anything up and got any good shots away. The one or two chances they got, one was off a turnover, that late one where Long had to make a couple of saves. So they did not control the puck in the offensive zone much.
Move it around, put pressure on the sophomore D down there and see if they can create a shot off that.
Trojans looking to cycle it here as Heising to the corner. Now Olsen putting it out front. It's off the skate though of Johnny Austin. And Wayzata will have to regroup in their own zone here. Lindstrand spinning away from a check. And that pass taken away. A nice pass ahead. Here's Nas. Backhand pass and a penalty coming up as Carter Rue was being hooked at there when he went to the net. And we will get our call here. It's a slashing call against the Trojans. Our first power play of the game will go for the Red Knights here as you get a look at Lindstrand coming back on Rue right there.
Saw created in the neutral zone too. Came out to Johnny Austin. He went far side in the neutral zone quickly, and right in they went and caught him a little bit by surprise, and had to get on Rue before a good shot was created. Because boy, I'll tell you what, they had it going. Nas had him zeroed in coming down the middle.
Lindstrand goes for slashing at 41 seconds of the second period. Our first penalty of the game.
Well, here's some strength against strength. Benilde's got a 36% power play percentage against a 93% penalty kill for Wayzata. Both excellent numbers. We'll see if one of them gives in.
Hale trying to control it now. Newhouse coming up with it. Over to Nas. They drop it down to Nas, looking across, now brings it into the circle and swings back out. Here's Rue, back out to Johnny Austin, and he sends it back to Rue. Nas with it down low. Fanned on it a little bit there. Keeps possession though. Rue looking for an opening. They're trying to get Wayzata stretched out of position, but so far not working. Pad save there by Aarons. Nas coming back up with it. Spencer Nas turns, fires. Aarons the save. The rebound is off the pipe. Great opportunity there by Zach Hale on the rebound. And it goes off the goalpost. Wayzata fans wanting a trip on the way back up ice, but not going to get it. Johnny Austin now controlling for the Red Knights. Great opportunity there off the rebound for Benilde. Here's Nas trying to get wide there. Stays in possession of the puck. Rue looking back behind the net to Nas. Nas shooting that one, and it sails wide. Might have hit a skate on the way in. Johnny Austin now dropping it down for Rue. Nas trying to put it out front for Hale. That one broken up. Rue will keep it though. Rue going around behind Newhouse. Flipping it back for Rue. Pass gets away, but it'll come over to Nas on the other side. Under 10 to go on the power play. Newhouse up with it now for Benilde. Shooting there, and that one deflected away by Stevens. Now here's a shot. Aarons a save. Rebound laying loose. Sent out front. And it'll pop back out to center ice. So Wayzata has killed it off. One real good chance for Benilde. They possessed the puck nicely, but at the same time, Wayzata stayed very nicely in shape there in the penalty kill.
Nice disciplined rotating box, or diamond if you want to call it, by Wayzata. Great job. And yet Benilde, you know, they're so good. They created a couple chances there. So nice looking play on both teams. Still 0-0 though.
Freitag leaving it there. Jack Sorensen now back to Freitag. Turns and fires. Wow, he got a lot on that one, and Long makes the save. Now the Red Knights coming back the other way. Evan Fleming dropping it middle. Shot goes wide of the mark from Heimbold. Kick to the corner here. Fleming comes away with it. His pass knocked down by Hank Sorensen. And Sorensen took a hard check there from Jungles to the Benilde line, but no further there. And now brought back in. Lindstrand gets a piece of that, and Zimmer wheeling back the other way for Wayzata. Zimmer's shot deflected high over the net. Flip back behind. Zimmer coming away with it there, but bottled up, and Jungles will come away with it for the Red Knights. Little return pass, but got away from him. Hank Sorensen throwing the body in there on Jungles. Back out now. Here's Zimmer, and they're offside. Wayzata had a decent looking rush going there, but timing a little bit off.
Senden just set it off a little bit, but you know, the one thing I'm really impressed with too, Jay, is how both forward lines from both teams back check extremely well. They're not leaving their defense in hang. As soon as that puck turns around, they're on their way back. No one's getting any odd man rushes or anything like that. Both teams are very disciplined with that.
And we talked about how maybe we thought a slight edge to Benilde overall, but then when you look at the style of game, you might say this is a little more to Wayzata's liking, where the chances are relatively few.
Yep. I think Benilde's they're going to have to get a couple people down on that net, start working a little bit in the territory of, you know, Von Aaron's getting his way, kind of bug him a little bit. Wayzata, I think just like Freitag just did, get some shots on him, quick shots, see if he's ready, really test him.
Red Knights breaking it back the other way now. Duda sends it into the corner. Hemingway able to jab it around. Senden carrying it, fires, pad save, big rebound.
Ooh.
Senden trying to gather it up there, but he was knocked down by Jack Lawton as Wayzata was changing behind him. Rink-wide pass intercepted by Olsen. Now the pass comes ahead. Here's Heising, Chase Heising. His shot goes wide of the mark. And lofted back out to center, bouncing puck there. Nas trying to get it and go. Now they flip it down low for Nas. He has Rue alongside him, gets it to Rue. Rue bottled up over there by Hemingway. Try and dig it free, and finally it's Mahut, the centerman, coming back down to help out for Wayzata. Spins away from a check here and throwing it ahead for Heising, but didn't get him. And it will be an icing call against Wayzata. Heising, kind of unfortunate for them. He got a little bit tangled with a guy just off the bench for Benilde and couldn't get to the puck.
But Mahut did a really good job there, though, Jay, of taking control of the puck. And he didn't try and force it out when he got trouble. Rather than turn it over, he turned back in, tried to find an opening there. You know, those are just smart plays that a lot of these guys are making. That isn't, you know, that's where the other team will score. If they make a mistake like that, these guys don't do that.
Red Knights win the draw. Flip back out to the point and now across. Johnny Austin looking for a shot. Freitag out on him. Hale trying to bring it to the front, but Hank Sorensen takes that. Freitag tapping it, and it comes back in. It was just outside the blue line as Johnny Austin played that puck back in. And so an offside call against the Red Knights here. 10:57 to go in the second period, and no score on the board here between Benilde and Wayzata.
Well, that's kind of what we thought, a tightly controlled contest. I really thought there'd be more scoring here, Jay, and this really turned into a real tight game.
Give it time. There's still time.
I know. I'm waiting for it to happen.
Red Knights able to control it down to the corner. Spindler up with it now for Wayzata. Pass a little too far, and it's going to bounce all the way into the Benilde zone. They'll wave off icing, though. Johnny Austin back to track it down, and he took a hard hit. Now Benilde's looking to rush up ice the other way, but broken up briefly. Johnny Austin gets it, sends it on in. Molk controlling it here for Wayzata. Nice little flip pass there, gets to Senden. Senden trying to beat the D, but couldn't do it. Benilde looking to break it up there, left side here, a little pass to the middle there, but jabbed away by Spindler. Molk around to Spindler. Senden, he'll loft it into the corner and head off on a change. Duda waiting for it, but it gets by him. Nice job to step up and keep it in by Mahut there. Then a bank pass, almost came out front. Benilde didn't play the angle that well on that one and almost hurt him. Hemingway sends it ahead now to Heising, but taken the other way instead by Spencer Nas. He'll drop it back to Austin, and now trying to go to Nas, but Lindstrand saw that one coming, takes it. Chandler Lindstrand, his shot blocked by Johnny Austin. To the corner, there's a steal by Mahut. Mahut flipping it out front. Olsen a shot, that hits traffic. Rebound pops out front as Long trying to scramble back into his net, and then it is cleared up and over the glass. And Wayzata nearly had a great chance there. They're really the best chance, though, hit traffic.
Well, Nick and Johnny Austin down low for Benilde on defense. Nice job of blocking and cluttering up. There's a block that John and then Nick made another one, and then they finally got a hold of it here. Spencer Nas got it out, but boy, that's the first real tough opportunity Wayzata had.
Off the draw, Red Knights end up controlling it here. Heimbold Now the pass coming up the middle, but taken away by Jack Sorensen, and he'll flick it into the corner here for the Trojans. Heimbold back to chase it. Freitag frees it up. Comes to Jack Sorensen. There's a little close-in shot that stopped. Now Hank Sorensen controlling at center for Wayzata, and he'll relay it right back in. Long leaving it there. Newhouse sending it back. Wayzata's done a pretty good job of reading when Benilde looks to reverse that puck. They've generally not been out of position on any of those.
Well, in the last couple times around, too, they've gone after the sophomore D at Benilde and created some opportunities. They're starting to find. Oh, look at this.
Zimmer out front. Freitag scores. Wayzata's on the board. Even the shot that didn't go in the first period, you saw the great wrists that he has. And Freitag pumps that one home. 1-0 Trojans.
One of the few guys you don't want in alone on your goalie, and just got in there tight. He's got just an unbelievably quick wrist shot. This is the third one we've seen here, but a nice pass over. Heimbold got caught inside, and his partner wasn't there in the middle. Number 9, Zach Hale, center was trying to come back, but he didn't keep up with Freitag, and Freitag just finds it and buries it. And the Trojans take a 1-0 lead. Nice transition there, Jay. They turned it around quick, got back in on Long, and made him pay.
Great vision by Zimmer, too. As soon as he got that one, he knew where it was going to go.
Yeah.
Right up the middle, they attack again. Can they make it 2 in a row? And that one deflecting high up in the air. Back out to Molk. Fakes the shot, now fires.
Oh.
And now Benilde able to control it at center. Great save there by Ahrens. Zimmer and Hank Sorensen get the assists on Freitag, 6th of the year at 8:25 here of the second.
We've got another good opportunity down there, too. Benilde isn't getting real physical in front. They're going to have to start in front of their own net, getting a little tougher physical in front. And Augie Moore came back down for the Knights, though. Got a good opportunity there, but Aaron's glove was just too quick.
Rue got a piece of that pass, but the second try will get it out. Nice pass ahead now to Olsen. Olsen bringing it to the middle, stood up, gets a shot though. That was a sneaky one because the first try was blocked and he stayed with it. He didn't get a lot on it, but enough that it gave a little difficulty there to Jalen Long.
Well, watch Jalen Long now. He's got that 5-hole pretty well open. That's where Olsen was going with it. He'll close it down, but it almost snuck through there.
See if that goal really jacks up the intensity even more. Not that it hasn't been already, but you kind of have that feeling that people were waiting to erupt. And I don't mean just the players, but the arena as a whole.
Well, I like the fact Wayzata was dumping it in and starting to put pressure on, but these last few practice, they've gotten it across the blue line under control and found people to give it to, like Freitag and Olsen in this last one.
Lindstrand, a long shot on net there. Stick save by Long. Zimmer bumped off that one. Nas will send it around, but Lindstrand is there to read it. He takes a hit, but keeps the puck in. Well, not for long. It comes back out. Lindstrand's got a couple of Red Knights on him there. Nas able to knock down that pass, but it comes to Jack Sorensen. Now Freitag. Freitag looking to line up a shot. Well defended by Newhouse. Now it'll come back to Newhouse in the corner. Here's Nas. Carrying it up the middle. Nas to the backhand, and it's knocked wide. Rue following up here for Benilde. That long shot knocked down. Nas coming away with it, though. The defenseman falls, and the centering pass goes all the way through. Johnny Austin up with it. That one is knocked down. Freitag, I think they need a change here. He's going to send it off.
They're gassed, yeah.
Flips it slowly down to the corner, and Johnny Austin back to play it. 6:40 to go in the second. Wayzata 1, Benilde nothing. Off of Newhouse and jabbed to the corner by Chad Olsen. Olsen a centering pass, but Johnny Austin stepped in to take it. Ooh, and I don't know, Wayzata might have gotten away with one there.
No, they got it.
They did call it. Yep. Here's the pass coming, the official nearest to it. I didn't see the arm go up, but the one out diagonally across did see it. Nas trying to control it. So delayed penalty call coming up here on Wayzata. Johnny Austin up with the puck. Firing, and Aaron's able to make a save, and they converge around him, and now the call will be made, and Benilde will go back to the power play.
Well, nice play by Johnny Olson. Nice play by the Knights here, too. They just did a nice job of just holding on to it, knowing they had the penalty, let that sixth attacker get on, get a couple, run a power play before they're actually running a power play, and create an opportunity.
Heising goes for tripping at 10:54 of the second. Benilde had one great chance in their, they possessed the puck really nicely on their first power play, but they weren't able to get Wayzata to stretch out and get out of position very often either.
No, Coach O'Leary told us, Ryan, his penalty kill is good because they're disciplined, they're smart, they know where to be at all times, they never get overstretched. They're not falling for Benilde trying to stretch them out. And yet, Benilde still created a couple good opportunities.
And an offside call on the Red Knights. The bad news a little bit for them is that some of their guys that would be on their first power play were just out, so they're having to take a few minutes here before they come back out, and looks like now they are going to get some of them out there. Yep, Nas and Rue and Jungles. Mahood and Nas taking the draw, won by Spencer Nas for Benilde. Now Newhouse brings it into the Wayzata zone, looking to get that power play set up, and this one deflects up and out of play. We'll have a draw inside the Wayzata zone there, and the circle to the right of Von Ahrens.
Well, we're looking at this power play right here, and Spencer Nas has got 4 power play goals. Rue has got 5 power play goals, and Newhouse has got 7 power play assists. So this is the power play right here.
Off the draw, Trojans control, and Lindstrand. Here's where you're looking on the big Olympic rink. Much easier to ring that puck out with so much ground to cover right there. So
great point.
It can help the offense definitely, but also can help the D to get a clear if you do get possession. Nas had it jabbed away, keeps it going farther down to the corner. Rue throwing a hit, but Hemingway comes up with the puck. It'll come out though to Johnny Austin. Nas brings it out to the top. Now Newhouse returning it right to Nas and around to Johnny Austin. Nas looking for an angle to take a shot. Now Austin will fire. That one's blocked though. Controlled here by the Red Knights. Back over to Newhouse. Rue. Lindstrand checking him. Lindstrand almost won that puck clean. Now he does come away with it. And he's able to ring it out. You can't do it much better than that.
Oh, that was a veteran play right there by Lindstrand. Just a nice job. They were getting a little tired there. They got a chance to make a change now.
Wayzata waiting with 3 across the center ice line. Now Nas carrying it in. I think Benilde could stand to take a few more shots here. They've been working the puck around nicely, but just not really getting any traffic. There's one right there. It didn't quite get there.
By the way, Coach, you got the instructions down to him. Good job.
And interesting, in talking to Coach Paula, he said they generally are. Oh, there's a steal by Rue. Wayzata, one of the rare times where they were slow to get rid of it. And they have killed off the penalty. Now it's Jack Sorensen sending it over. Hemingway back, and the trailer comes up with it. And Long making the save there on Billy Duma. Now it comes out front, bounces off of Jack Sorensen's stick. That pass too long, but it was tipped, so no ice. Hustling after it is Moore. Moore went to a knee, but stays with it. Being bothered there by Stevens. Moore gets it right back. Stevens riding him out. He got the arm up a little high there, and then Stevens got hit as well. Here's Jack Sorensen over to Olson. Olson putting it out front, but Sorensen had his stick tied up, and now Benilde looking to counter. Holmers up the left side. Holmers shooting. Aaron's the save. The rebound lays loose alongside, and the Trojans will get there. Pass for Patterson too far. We get an icing call against Wayzata.
Boy, that third line of Moore, Holmers, and Meyer really just brought some energy right there, Jay. Just kind of turned things around and put some pressure down deep on Wayzata. Made him work hard to get the puck out of the zone. In these past couple of minutes, Benilde has really worked itself around.
Face off in the Trojan zone. Benilde able to win it. Lawton at the point. Flips it down low. Hale. Dropping it for Kasky, and now they'll come out to the point. Newhouse firing and a blocker save. Wow, Aarons had to really keep an eye on that one through traffic. Newhouse floating it across. Fleming comes up with it. Fleming the pass, and it's deflected wide by Caskey. Now Hale freeing it up. Fleming takes a bump as it comes to the corner. Benilde really skating well right now. Moving the puck quickly, but Wayzata's been able to hold him off. Here's Mahout carrying it up the right side and fires that one wide of the mark. Olsen, the long rebound there. Puts on the brakes and shrugs off a check, but then couldn't get it centered there to Heising. Hale at the tail end of a shift here, trying to put it out front for Caskey. Caskey will throw it down to the corner and then head off. Rue now out there and lost it. Maxwell Zimmer leaves it ahead now. Rink wide pass, trying to go to Freitag. Wayzata doubling up on the hit, but pretty good job standing his ground there by Rue. Sendon trying to get to the middle. He sent sprawling. Back to the corner, and Sendon will come away with it. 1:25 to go in the first. 1-0 Wayzata, our score. Red Knights trying to break it out, but Sendon will have none of it. He's been working hard here on the forecheck, and now he gets all tangled up with Rue, and they both go down. Official taking a long look at it. Now here's a shot that is blocked. Sendon and Rue are still tangled up at the blue line. This one deflected in. Sendon knocked down again, trying to make his way off. Great effort on that shift by Sendon. Wasn't always pretty, but he worked hard.
Well, I think Benilde got away with one there. I think Rue got away with one, but Sendon can get underneath you. Look at that deflection. Wow.
Benilde able to pop it back out to center as we're down just over a half minute to play here in this first period. Flipped ahead to Freitag. Freitag was the only goal of the game. Firing, pad save by Long, and then a big rebound, but the Red Knights come back with it. Here comes Nas. His shot deflects over the top of the net. Back out to the point. Johnny Austin a swing and a miss, but then gets it down low. Here's a shot fired. Aaron's the save. Cleared, but not out of the zone here. Benilde pushing for trying to get one last attempt late here. Lindstrand will float it though back out to center. And we will reach the end of period number 2. And a fast first period. If anything, it got even faster in the second. The only goal coming for Freitag. Our score through 2. Trojans 1, Red Knights nothing. We'll have our second period highlights and then what should be a great third period here from the Plymouth Ice Center on 12th floor.
A Brooklyn Park church received some unwelcome visitors this past weekend.
Volunteers really do have their work cut out for them. They'll be inspecting 23,000 residential lots and city boulevards.
The problem began when the railroad decided to increase the train's speed. In the process, they had to raise a portion of the track over here.
Fire crews got a call around 4 Friday morning from a passerby alerting them to a deck fire.
This time, little lob for Winnicky, trying to go up and get it. Touchdown!
We have a job to do out here today.
To be a winning team, you have to work like a winning team.
My team depends on me.
And my team is 50,000 strong. Looks like a lot of work's going into this.
This is what it feels like to be part of a team.
A winning team.
The action team.
Get in on the action at actionteam.org. Are you in?
And welcome back here to Plymouth Ice Center. A cold night outside, but a lot of good hockey here on the rink. Wayzata leading it now 1-0 over Benilde as we look at our second period highlights, and definitely some more chances it felt like overall in this second period. Get a good save by Aarons, and then the rebound slammed off the goalpost there early in the period as Benilde made a bid to go up. And Wayzata getting a steal right here. The pass flipped out front, and Olsen shot his traffic, and then the rebound flips out front, and nobody there to be able to put it away. But then they do get one as Zimmer flips the pass ahead. Perfect timing to Freitag, and he has got a great wrist shot, and he's able to beat Long, and that is it for the scoring so far, as that one came at 8:25. Zimmer and Hank Sorensen getting the assist on Freitag's goal. You see Wayzata in that period had a 12-8 advantage, so now 19-15 in shots. Chances are about even. Wayzata's taken the only 2 penalties of the game, but Benilde has been unable to convert, obviously, as they are still at 0-0. In general, you'd have to say a low-scoring game probably favors Wayzata, as they've been able to hold this Benilde offense pretty well in check so far. 1-0 Trojans through 2. The third period on the way next year on 12 Sports.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
The torch has been passed to a new generation of Americans.
The American dream need not forever be deferred.
It's the richest and the most powerful country.
One period of play left here as we get set to drop the puck for the third here at Plymouth Ice Center, and a very nice crowd on hand, as you might expect here. The 2nd of January here, and kind of get into the heart of the schedules for these teams after holiday tournament play and everything. Of course, Wayzata is getting ready to begin late conference play, where you've got really 4 top caliber teams, and maybe Wayzata and Edina separating themselves a little bit this year, perhaps. Yeah. We'll see how things go, and we are underway in the third. The Red Knights control it. Pass ahead coming to Hale. Hale takes a hard check there by Hank Sorensen. Now Zimmer, his pass deflects. Hank Sorensen up with it. Zimmer will relay it in there, and delayed offside though, and now it'll be whistled down against the Trojans.
Must have hit somebody on the bench and bounced back on the ice.
Yeah, I thought it had called off side there, but he explaining it to Coach Pauly, and he obviously found something to be amused about with that, as he often does. Dumped on in, and we've got a icing call here against the Red Knights. They didn't give them the benefit of the doubt. They were just about straddling that red line.
Well, it's kind of like the double play at second base, the phantom tag, and they didn't give it to him. Right now, Coach O'Leary's got to be pretty happy with a 1-0 lead right now. I think they're playing the kind of game they want to play.
Hank Sorensen, a long shot, and it got into the body there of Long.
I think it surprised him, Jay. I don't think he was ready for it at all.
Now the Red Knights a little trouble clearing it initially, but now this pass too far. It's going to be an icing call against Benilde. And I agree with you, Dan. Certainly Wayzata, the way the game has gone, is more to their liking. They've been able to frustrate Benilde a little bit. Not like they've completely shut them down or anything, but they've limited it, made their good chances be kind of few and far between. They're not allowed those flurries.
Yep.
Same could be said really for the other way. So in that regard, Benilde, a team that's not known as much of a defensive club, have played pretty solid D all night too.
I think the first few saves at Longmay gave him a lot of confidence. We talked about that because there was a couple good ones. He didn't see a lot, but he had some quality shots on him. He made the saves, and I think it boosted his confidence a little bit. But I think Benilde's going to have to get more physical in front of their net here in this period. But Wayzata's not letting them out of their zone very easily. They're really putting some pressure on him.
Face-off will be right at center ice here. We've already had more whistles to start this period than the first two combined. I think we went a long time with very few whistles, especially in that first period. Lindstrand controlling here for Wayzata. Banks it ahead. Brian Mahout carrying it up the left side. Fires right into the glove of Long. He will hang on to it. And we get a face-off coming up in the Benilde zone. One thing, Wayzata, I mean, obviously you got to take what's there, but too many of their rushes have been with the puck way over on the wall where you don't have an option to go one way or the other. They're not been able to carry the puck up the middle very often to limits your angles.
And the far side winger, the weak side winger, isn't crashing the net. I mean, once the save's made, it's made. Even if he gives up a rebound, there's nobody there from Wayzata to pound in a rebound.
Battle for it in the corner here. Now Jungles up with it for Benilde. Takes a check from Jack Sorensen, but still gets it to Nas. Nas slams on the brakes, throwing it out, looking to go across to Austin. It hits a Wayzata player and flies up over the netting there. So face-off coming up in the Trojan zone here. Early on in period number 3, a second period goal by Matthew Freitag. About midway through the period, the only scoring in the game here. Off the draw, Trojans control it. Lindstrand peeling away, sends it back out to center. Pass gets away from Johnny Austin. Sends it back across now to Nick Austin. Jungles flipping it for Nas. It bounces high in the air there. And Freitag, nice play to flip it back out. Jack Sorensen has Zimmer with him. Sorensen firing, and it hits a body, and then the rebound hits the outside of the net. Long got himself a little bit out of position there, but he's able to pounce on it as he slid over and actually slid a little beyond the cage there, but couldn't put it on net.
Well, he stayed on top, but Sorensen got in here just a nice one move, stayed patient, got across on it, and got a puck on there, giving some of his line mates a chance to get down there and create some havoc. We're seeing Benilde getting physical now, but a little late. Long made the save and kept him out of the net.
Battle for it along the wall off the draw here. Kept alive in the zone there by Spindler. That one flipped into the corner. Moore giving chase, and he's going to get there first. Moore trying to get around the D there, but some good back check by Sendon, the centerman. Moore and Sendon go hard for it along the wall. And it'll pop back out to center. Newhouse has it squared away from him as he's being pressured and checked hard by Billy Duma. Wayzata hitting effectively here early in the third. Now the pass trying to go to Moore, but Olsen stepped in to break that up. Red Knights able to get it in, and they'll change up here as Jake Molk playing it for the Trojans. Long bank pass, Johnny Austin picks it there for Benilde. Sending it ahead now, Kasky trying to get it back to the trailer, and a huge check by Stevens as he was able to light up Fleming. Now the Trojans with Chad Olsen trying to drag it around the D. Almost got it done, but good job by Nick Austin holding his position there. Pop back out to center. Red Knights breaking it up, and here's the defenseman Johnny Austin jumping into the play. He'll send it in behind. Back it comes now. Hale, he is hammered. Another big hit by Alex Stevens, and that shot is blocked. Push back down deep. Stevens coming up with it. Gets it ahead to Heising, and he takes a check. The hitting is picking up both teams. Here's where you have to take the body, but don't take the penalty in this point. It's going to be huge if either team gets one. Here's Hank Sorensen on the rush, and then he almost jammed the rebound in. The defenseman jumping up in the play, and then he is knocked down, putting it out front for Freitag, but Nas takes it back the other way. Chopped away from him by Zimmer. Freitag battles through a check, and then a second one. There's going to be a penalty coming up on Benilde. Delayed call against the Red Knights. Pass across, misses Zimmer. Zimmer battling for it along the wall. Trojans keep possession. And now Hemingway up with it. Across to Lindstrand. Extra attacker on. Lindstrand fires, it's in. A goal for the Trojans. They won't need the power play.
Chandler Lindstrand with just a great shot. Took his time, moved it around, very nice to him. he kind of edged over a little bit to the left, and they got a partial screen on Long with the Trojan in front. Watch come across. Now he'll just slip a little bit over, and now he's got it. And there's a little bit of a screen there. Long got it caught underneath his right arm there, and it slipped in. Didn't quite get the whole thing, and went in the net, and Wayzata's off to a 2-0 lead with potential of a power play, but didn't need it. Nice puck movement and control by the Trojans.
They looked like they really knew what they wanted to do. They had a plan in mind there when that delayed penalty was upcoming too. They jumped into able to use the time, or keep possession, I should say, until that sixth attacker could get out there.
They found open man. They got it down low, but they brought it back up top real quick. Gave him a chance to get their head up and see where the open guy was, and got it over to Lindstrand, and he just a really nice shot. And
see this one as it sneaks by
just
Long
dribbles
there, and will bounce on in.
He got a piece of it, Jay, right underneath his right armpit, and part of the jersey slowed it down, but it just dribbled in behind him.
Lindstrand will get his second goal of the season. We'll wait word on the assists here. Red Knights looking to answer. Holmer is knocked down. Now Molt.
The sophomore line here for the Trojans causing a turnover and getting an opportunity for another shot on Long that just kind of goes up. Billy Duma, the quick shot from the right side, high up by the circle. Comes up and it hits the netting and drops down. Face off in the Benilde-St. Margaret zone here for the Trojans.
Senden and Hemingway get the assist on Lindstrand's second of the season. Wayzata with the momentum now. Hank Sorensen, a long sneaky shot in on net. Pass coming over toward Olsen. And back behind the Benilde net. Heising chasing after Newhouse. And Benilde will have to regroup and start again here. Pass coming ahead to Caskey. 3-on-3 as they hit the zone. Caskey, little drop pass broken up by Mahut, and now Heising. Flipping it ahead, it got by Olsen though. Benilde looking to quickly counter. Caskey takes it, partial breakaway to the forehand, and he scores! Benilde on the board just like that.
We talked about it early, transition, transition, transition. If you turn it over against the Red Knights, sooner or later they're going to make you play. A beautiful cross-ice pass to Caskey, and he just came in and made a nice move, stayed patient on it. Coming in here now, he's going to just bring it back to the left, gives him a look, comes back, and just gets it out, even though Aaron's just spread out pretty good. He beats him deep, boy, and I'll tell you what, the Red Knights needed that one, Jay, right there. That breathed a little life back into him.
So now a 2-1 hockey game, and you're right, everything was kind of trending toward Wayzata. Now the pass just broken up. Zimmer able to tap it across, looking for Freitag on the weak side. Newhouse gets the assist. They announced it as Fleming's goal. Obviously, it was not Fleming. It was Caskey getting the goal, which will be his 9th of the season. I'm not entirely sure that. Well, Fleming was probably out there, but he did not get that goal. Drop back over. Red Knights looking to quickly go, and I think important. There's a long pass ahead. Here's Nas firing, and Aarons has to fight that one off. Important for them not just to get that goal, but to get it relatively soon after Wayzata's, I think, too. Give them a much better opportunity here. Now there's still plenty of time for them.
Yeah, we've talked a lot of times about it. It's not how many you score, it's when you score them to get the momentum going. Now we're seeing now they've opened up the ice again, Jay. They've gotten 2 nice cross-ice passes that were right on the stick, got back in. They still got to break Wayzata's forecheck. Wayzata's forecheck has been the difference so far in the third for them. That's put them ahead here. So we'll see how the Red Knights counter that. It's a good opportunity for them now. They've got to win these faceoffs in the attack zone.
And Hank Sorensen discussing with the official here as they're jabbing back and forth a little bit. Trojans end up controlling the draw here. Stevens, and lost it. Now they get it ahead to Duma. Duma flipping it into the corner. Luke Patterson giving chase with Newhouse. Newhouse got the better of that one. And broken up though by Senden. He'll have to come back with it now. Hank Sorensen. Ooh, and Moore just about his eyes lit up as he read that D-to-D pass. But the Trojans will get away with it. Now Sorensen flipping it in. Directed aside by Long. Heimbold sending it ahead. Taken there by Hemingway. And now Wayzata looking to quickly counter. Long pass, trying to go to Olsen, and that is generally not their MO, and it didn't work out very well in that case.
Now with a one-goal game, that's really not a smart play. Take it short pass, control the puck. The one thing you don't want to do is give the Red Knights the puck back. We've watched them tonight, how quickly they can turn things on you and control it going in.
Off the draw, Wayzata able to control it. Heising digging up the left side here, but can't get it around the D. Benilde quickly countering. Hale lofting it in. Lindstrand is first there, but Hale takes it. Bounces away from Fleming. And now Mahout controlling it here for Wayzata. Floating one into the Benilde zone. Olsen giving chase there with Austin. Played back around to Johnny Austin behind the net. It's off Olsen's skate. And now they're able to break it out. Caskey, who scored that goal. Caskey going hard. To the net he comes, and Aarons gets the pad on that one. He nearly turned the corner there entirely. Benilde putting some more pressure on. Johnny Austin fakes the shot, looking for some room, looking for a tip out front or a screen at least. It pops high in the air, and they're going to call a hand pass here against Benilde.
You know, just looking at this layout of the season, you know, Benilde has not had a game where they've scored less than 3 goals. This might be getting in their head. Their sticks are getting a little tight. Some things are bouncing off their sticks a little bit more here as they're don't quite have the flow they had in the first 2 periods here, Jay. They might be getting a little frustrated not being able to score. But with the exception of Caskey having that last play, they really haven't had a sustained good shot on Aarons this period.
Trojans win the draw, but the D were backing out of the zone, so they'll have to regroup and send it back in, which Stevens does. Now Newhouse getting a little head of steam here for the Red Knights. Over to Jungles. Jungles firing. Blocker save there, and then the rebound. Karam's off a Benilde player and bounces free over now. Back the other way comes Wayzata. Stevens a shot. That one's blocked. And pop back out to center. Jack Sorensen will leave it there for Stevens. Trying to go right up the middle of Freitag, but that one's picked off. Zimmer throwing a check. That was close. Now Jungles carrying it up the right side, and that one is blocked by Hank Sorensen. And puck will come free, and Trojans able to get it back, but only as far as center there. Brought in and then taken right back away. Here comes Zimmer. Zimmer, it's onside, floating it across, and never really getting a shot there was Patterson. Lindstrand takes a hit, but gets it down deep to Senden. Senden grabbed that a little bit there, plays it down to the corner. Patterson. Really have let him play tonight. You know, it's got to be an obvious one for a penalty to be called.
Referees have called a good game. This game's had good flow. Nobody's ever gotten an advantage either way, you know, from a little maybe call or not. And
oh, a turnover there. Moore took it and tried to jam it in. Then the net comes off. Wayzata, a bad giveaway there, and Moore almost made him pay.
You know, Augie Moore has been a real pest tonight. He's made some really nice plays and gotten in here. It's a good opportunity here trying to short side it. And then another one after the net move, but be aware.
Senden coming back defensively to help out and really snuff out that chance for Wayzata. That's what you got to have. I mean, obviously you don't ever want to make a mistake back there, but when you do, you know, when your buddy's got your back is a huge help. And that time Senden did a good job on the back check.
That sophomore line has played very well. They've had a few opportunities, but they played defense and back check very well, know their positions. They've done a good job.
Flip back to center. Lawton controlling ahead for Moore. Popped right back out of the zone. Benilde trying to regroup and go again, but Olsen gets to it. He has to one-hand it over to Heising, and that pass is knocked down. Moore lost it to Mahout, trying to go to Heising. Heising carries it in. Heising and Olsen down deep there for Wayzata, but Benilde looking to break it back out the other way, and they're able to do so here. Lindstrand takes that one away from Zach Risto. And now Olsen. Olsen bearing down, shooting. Good block there by Newhouse. Johnny Austin will swing it back to Newhouse here. 6 minutes to play in the third. 2-1 Wayzata our score. Brought back into the Benilde zone, but not for long. Newhouse wheeling out of there with it. Freitag able to break that one up a little bit. Hank Sorensen stopping it in the zone for Wayzata. Plays it to Freitag. Freitag, nice pass to Zimmer. Has a head of steam. Zimmer trying to get the pass away. He was hooked. Penalty coming up on the Red Knights. Back out to the point. Wayzata gets the 6th attacker on. They scored in this situation last time. And now it'll bounce out of play, and we will get the penalty called here on Benilde, as Zimmer was trying to get that pass away, and he was hooked.
Well, we're watching here right now how stifling now Wayzata is on their own rink. They're cut. Jay, they're really shutting down the passing lanes. They're working inside out. So they're taking the center of the ice and forcing everything outside and stopping those long passes in the neutral zone. As you know, this changed in the past 3 to 4 minutes. We saw Benilde doing that earlier, and that's getting shut down now. And we'll see the hook here now too, as he comes in here and he kind of disrupts it. And Wayzata's got a power play.
Peter Heimbold going for a hook there, Dan.
Is this their first power play?
Yes.
I thought so. I got lucky on that guess.
Jack Sorensen wins the draw cleanly. Now it comes back around to Lindstrand. Stevens. Return now to Stevens. Now Lindstrand. Freitag putting it out front. Trying to get a one-timer was Jack Sorensen, and it looks like the net has come off. So we'll have a face-off again in the Benilde zone.
Wayzata power play is working at about 22%, so they want to get that percentage up a little bit. That's a little low, but we've watched this year.
Off the draw, Stevens comes up with it. Jack Sorensen takes the return here from Stevens. Floating one across, Lindstrand knocking it down. Stevens to Lindstrand. Freitag. And firing that shot and into the glove there of Long, and he will hold on.
Zimmer being nice in front there. He got in front, screening the goaltender down. They set that up pretty nice. Probably want to get a few more shots off though, Jay. Sometimes you can almost be too patient here, you know. If you get a little opening, stick it in there, see what happens. If you've got somebody in front of the net, strange things can happen. A tip, a rebound, whatever.
Boy, and the way he's shown an ability to shoot the puck, I got to want the puck on Freitag's stick at some point here too, to give him a good look at getting good shots away. Now Jack Sorensen looking for a give and go. They go dive to the net and at least try and create some havoc. Now Stevens.
All right, they got him set up for it.
Freitag though, a swing and a miss. And it popped back out to center, and Wayzata has to regroup. Johnny Austin up with it for Benilde, and he'll have all kinds of room to clear it all the way down. It takes a funny carom, but still gets the job done either way there for the Red Knights. Stevens circling back. Long pass, Mahout tipping it, but right to a defenseman, Austin. So that one didn't go the way they wanted either. Drop back, and Austin will loft one all the way down the rink. Stevens trying to get one more power play rush here. Mahout takes a check and quickly cleared right back out. Really good penalty kill here for Benilde. Hank Sorensen controlling. Now if you're Wayzata, you say, okay, well, we've got the lead still, but you would have liked to at least get a decent opportunity on this power play, but it didn't happen. That one pops up into the crowd. Nice catch by that guy in the in the bleachers here at Plymouth Ice Center. 3:24 remaining in the hockey game. Wayzata continuing to hold a 2-1 lead here on Benilde.
Well, but Benilde's got to turn the Jets up now, and I would expect we're going to start seeing Johnny Austin and some of their D start getting activated. Try to get 4 people into the zone or put some pressure on Wayzata to get that tying goal. Wayzata, you don't have to score now. You got the lead. I probably expect to have 3 guys back as they send in 2 guys forechecking. That'd be the strategy, and I think that's what's going to happen here now in the timeout. Is I think Benilde called that one. Get that up.
More good games coming up for these teams. Next Tuesday is the next game for Benilde. They'll be hosting St. Thomas Academy. And for the Trojans, they are at Holy Family on Saturday. Then they play at Hill Murray over at Aldrich on next Thursday, the 9th. That ought to be a good one. And then the 16th, they start conference play at Eden Prairie. So, you know, this is a highlight game on both teams' schedule, but then again, so are most of them. They're playing a lot of good opponents. And Benilde, you know, I think a couple of years back, there might have been some of the talk that, well, their numbers get inflated because they're in the North Suburban, but no longer the case. And they're playing a schedule that's probably just about as tough as most anyone's.
Absolutely, I admire that. I just, you know, we look at the games after that St. Thomas game. They got Minnetonka, they got Blake, they got Eden Prairie, Elk River, Totino Grays. I mean, all just really good hockey teams. And you know, that's why, you know, we talk about, you know, winning and all that. But the other part of this is developing hockey players here too. And then it's amazing how many kids come D1 out of these schools and can really go out and play. If you look at the Olympic team, we got 8 Minnesotans on the men's Olympic team.
Including, we want to mention Plymouth's Blake Wheeler.
Yes.
The Winnipeg Jets. He grew up playing his youth hockey in the Wayzata Association, ended up playing at Breck and then for University of Minnesota. So congratulations to Blake, and couldn't happen to a nicer guy too. And a chance to cover him when he was with the Breck Mustangs, and just a heck of a nice kid. Not a kid anymore, obviously, but congrats to Blake. Centering pass here, and that one bounces through into the corner. Red Knights trying to get this tying goal here after killing off that penalty a few moments ago. Put out front for Jungles, and a one-timer hammered wide. Now Noss controlling it. Cross to Johnny Austin. He fires. That one goes wide. The rebound's loose. Whoa! Aaron's got there just in time on the big carom. Zimmer able to choke off that shot, and then he punches it back out to center, and he'll hammer it into the Red Knight zone.
No, the coach has got to be pleased with that. I'll tell you what, they aren't shy about taking some shots, and they need to.
Follow-up try here, Noss, and that backhander will float just wide. Lindstrand coming over to gather it here, and he'll get it out to center. Flipped ahead, Lindstrand, a nice play to step up. He read that one well and flips it back into the Red Knight zone. Wayzata would love to get a little cycling going here and keep the puck. Comes out front, thrown over to the corner there. And they're going to call the closing his hand on the puck on Mark Senden. He kind of pretty much grabbed that one and threw it to himself. Here's a look at that long rebound that almost, I don't know that it would have gone in on its own, but it certainly was there for the taking if anybody had been able to just get a stick on it.
Well, everybody took such a weird bounce out there. Nobody was expecting it. I mean, it came right out.
Under 2 minutes to play. Red Knights win a key draw here. And that one played all the way over to an open corner. Hank Sorensen is there, and he'll slam it back out to center. Newhouse up with it. Heising pursuing him. Newhouse takes the bank pass ahead. We'll keep an eye on the netminder here. Still in for the moment anyway. Long. Now a wraparound try there. Aaron's the save. Another opportunity. That one hits the crossbar. Great chances by Evan Fleming. First of all, he nearly caught Aaron's on the wraparound, and then the second one hits the crossbar.
Look at this effort. There he gets one, he grabs, he gets his own rebound, and he rips another one right off the crossbar. Best opportunity they've had in a while. Man, he really stepped up there, put an S on his chest and went after it. And now the goalie's out for the Red Knights. So we got 7-on-6 actually.
Or 6 on 5.
6 on 5, sorry.
Minute 27 to go. Naas and Jack Sorensen facing it off. And Naas wins it for Benilde. Rue. Back out. Johnny Austin, little trouble, but stays calm. Now Rue. And that one is intercepted. Jack Sorensen. And did he get to the red line? Not quite. It's going to be an icing call against the Trojans. And they'll come back to the other end with a minute 10 remaining in the third.
Key face-off win there for the Red Knights. And they're going to have to do it again here.
See if Wayzata might possibly use a timeout here. Maybe not. Mahut's line going to come out. And he does a better job at least getting, not losing it clean. There's a shot blocked. Benilde pushing to try and tie it up as we go under a minute to play now. 2-1 Wayzata. Out front it comes, knocked aside. Jungle's shooting, that one is blocked. Johnny Austin down to Naas, he'll leave it through for Rue. Floating a pass to Jungles, right back for Rue. And Naas wins it back here, 35 seconds to go. Spencer Naas trying to float it out front. Knocked away by Lindstrand, but they can't get it out. Johnny Austin right along the blue line across. Newhouse, backhander. Puck loose in front. And they ring it around the boards and out. It is going to be an ice, but in that spot, you can live with that. 16 seconds to go here for the Trojans, and we will come back into the Wayzata zone.
Tremendous discipline by Wayzata there, Jay. Nobody was out of position there. They did a nice job of staying in their areas. That one pass going across the ice should have caught that guy, that Red Knight defenseman, wide open out there. He wasn't. There was a Trojan right there with him. Just doing a really good job and keeping everything off, plus the block shot again, too. You can't say enough about that. Take the pressure off your goalie, block the shot, goes into a corner, doing a tremendous job defensively here.
And the Red Knights successfully argued for a little more time to be put back on. They added 2 more seconds. They felt this clock didn't stop quick enough on that icing call there, so 18.2 rather than 16.2. And boy, how important are face-offs right now.
Oh, man. Absolutely crucial. The Red Knights have done a really good job of that in this game, and I think in this last 3-4 minutes, boy, they pretty much won everything. But Wayzata is so tight, they're holding on those passes. They're just not giving Benilde anything to shoot at. They might have to just start lofting it anyway and hoping it gets through.
Off the draw, Red Knights do win it again. Newhouse coming up with it. Shot never made it there. Back across, Johnny Austin floating one to the front. Hits Rue. Newhouse has a kick away to the corner. Under 5 to go and a big battle for it. Sent across the crease. Nobody home, and the time is going to run out. And Wayzata will hang on to win this one by a 2-1 score as they mob their goaltender Vaughn Ahrens. And exciting hockey game here tonight, Dan. Maybe not as many goals as we thought there might be, but just a tremendous finish, too.
Well, we talked about it's the racehorses against the defensive team, and the defensive team really showed their prowess. Really nice job by the Trojans, especially in that last run there, last 18 seconds. You saw 3 blocked shots there after the Red Knights won the faceoff. So they really showed it off, and it was a good test. I think Coach Pauly's really pleased here, too, with this is the kind of game that they probably needed to play right now, considering their schedule, a close game. They've had some pretty wide open, really run some scores up on people. This is a good test for them. What are they going to do in a tight game? Because you know as the season goes on with the schedule, they're going to get tighter, so they're going to get a good. But a tremendous hockey game back and forth. Boy, it was up and down. It's fun to watch.
So Wayzata gets its 10th victory of the season, and the Trojans win at 2-1. We'll come back to hear from the Wayzata guys in just a moment here. High school hockey on 12 Sports continues with our postgame next. Welcome back here to Plymouth Ice Center, and a great victory for Wayzata tonight as they beat Benilde by a score of 2-1. And we're with a couple of the guys that helped to get it done for Wayzata, starting with the goalie Von Ahrens. And obviously they're a good offensive team, but how did you feel about the way your team played defensively out here tonight?
Well, great. You know, we don't win that game without some flawless defense back there, and those block shots are huge. And I owe it all to the team tonight. It's big.
This was obviously one of many good opponents that you'll play, but since it was the team that you played in the section final last year and everything, is this kind of a special win for you guys?
Oh yeah, it means a lot. You know, these games are all playoff atmosphere, and we do our best to try to play like we're in the playoffs, and did a good job.
You guys were over at their rink last week for the holiday tournament, came up with 3 nice wins in a row. How much did that boost everybody's confidence on this team?
You know, like I said last time, that tournament there just turns us around in the right direction. It did the same thing last year, so that's great.
Guys have a more tough schedule coming up and then eventually getting into Lake Conference play, but do you like the way this team's playing right now overall?
I feel like we're playing really strong and great defensively, and we're scoring some goals, so that's awesome.
All right, thanks for joining us, and good luck the rest of the way here. And Chandler Lindstrand, solid game defensively, and then also pitching in as a goal scorer. Was that something a little unexpected for you there?
Well, yeah, I mean, I was just trying to get past the guy blocking the shot, and then all of a sudden I saw the rough point, and I was all smiles, I guess.
Now, this is obviously an opponent that you played 3 times last year, including in the section championship. And is it a big one to get? I mean, do you like beating that team in particular, too?
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's always a good game playing them. They got a lot of firepower, and I mean, that's one game we look forward to in the year that we love playing them.
They're a team that really transitions well, and they were able to get the 1 because of that. But I thought you guys did a really nice job of limiting their rushes, their chances, their 2-on-1s, things like that. Was that a particular focus, or is that just the way you guys always play it?
Well, I mean, we're just trying to stick to our game plan, make sure the forwards, they were doing a great job back checking, so it made it a lot easier on the defense to pick up the guy.
You guys had a little stumble early on, a couple losses, but with the schedule that you're playing, I don't think that's totally unexpected. Did you guys feel like you responded well to when you did have an off night or two?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, we started off a little slow, but I mean, as Vaughn said, I mean, we really turned it around the Holiday Classic. We had a nice week or so to practice and get everything under control.
All right, thanks for joining us, Chandler. Fun one to watch here tonight. Good luck the rest of the way.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Chandler Lindstrand, one of the captains for Wayzata, had a goal tonight, and a great performance defensively for their whole defensive crew as well. Final in this one is Wayzata 2 and Benilde 1. For Dan Ficken and all of our crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. Good night from the Plymouth Ice Center.